In a weathered trailer park on the fringes of Leach, Texas, where sun-bleached tin roofs shimmered under the relentless southern sky, resided a 12-year-old named Emma Holt. Each dawn, Emma rose at 5 a.m., not to scroll through apps or choose stylish clothes like her peers, but to assist her mother at the modest bakery where they earned a meager living. Her mother, Mary, was a wiry yet resilient woman who often said, "Kindness doesn't require wealth." Emma had few companions. Her threadbare school uniform, mended at the edges, and her scuffed shoes made her a frequent target of mockery at Winslow Elementary. She kept to the back of the classroom, quiet and withdrawn, yet her deep brown eyes held a quiet intensity, as if they cradled melodies she only sang in her thoughts. Before we dive deeper into Emma's remarkable tale, if you too believe that true value lies not in appearances or origins, but in relentless passion and grit, please give this a like and subscribe to our channel. Let's spread inspiring stories like this to more hearts. Now, let's return to Emma's journey, where unexpected moments still await. One Monday, the principal's voice echoed over the intercom. "Welcome to Talent Week. To perform, sign up on the list outside the office by Wednesday." The classroom hummed with anticipation. Some kids bragged about TikTok choreography. Others planned to showcase piano or drum skills. Emma remained silent. That evening, after scrubbing dishes alongside her mom and playing an old cassette of lullabies Mary had recorded long ago, Emma took a pencil and scribbled her name on a scrap of paper. She murmured, "I'll sing that song, Mom. The one you sang when I was sick, Scarborough Fair." The next morning, she stood frozen before the school office bulletin board, hands shaking. The sign-up sheet was already crowded. With a steadying breath, she added her name to the final line, Emma Holt, singing. Within minutes, laughter rippled through the halls. "Emma's singing? But it's a joke. Maybe she'll perform with a toaster." Emma overheard every jab but held back tears. Head down, she walked away, gripping her notebook where she'd carefully pinned the song's lyrics in her slanted script. That night, Mary found Emma rehearsing alone in her room, her voice quivering yet pure as a morning breeze. Mary slipped in quietly, sat beside her, and said nothing at first. Then, softly, "You know, I once dreamed of a stage too. But when Grandma fell ill, I left school to care for her. I never looked back. If I could see you step onto that stage now, it'd be the greatest gift I've ever known." Emma met her mother's gaze, eyes welling. "Will you be there?" Mary nodded. "Even if I have to crawl." On rehearsal day, Emma was the final act. The music teacher asked curtly, "Got a backing track?" "No, ma'am. I'll sing a cappella." A few sighs, some eye rolls. But Emma stood firm, closed her eyes, and began, "Are you going to Scarborough Fair?" Her unadorned voice filled the room. No mic, no instruments, no fanfare. Within moments, the chatter stopped. The music teacher glanced up. A teacher pouring coffee paused midstream. Emma's voice was like a gentle fog, seeping into even the most guarded hearts. When she finished, no one clapped, not out of dislike, but because they were too stunned by the raw, delicate beauty they'd just witnessed. On the walk home, Emma asked, "Mom, if they laugh, should Kenyon quit?" Mary smiled, squeezing her hand. "No, darling. Keep singing. The world needs voices like yours, the ones no one's heard." That morning, Winslow Elementary's courtyard buzzed with energy. Streamers and banners lined the halls, and a stage in the auditorium was decked with vibrant balloons. An LED sign flashed, "Winslow Elementary, let your light shine." Emma arrived early in a plain white dress, the only one she owned that wasn't frayed, ironed meticulously by her mother. Her brown hair was woven into two neat braids, her face taut, but her eyes resolute, clutching her faded lyric notebook. Mary stood by her side, pale from a sleepless night's shift at the bakery, yet her eyes glowed with pride. One by one, students performed, a dance crew with flashing LEDs, a boy with electronic drums, a girl in a pink gown belting pop hits through a wireless mic. Each act earned loud cheers. Emma waited alone, ignored, catching stray giggles and whispers. Wait for the fairy tale flop. No music? A cappella? When her name was called, the MC, a young teacher, announced with a slight pause. Next, a solo with no backing track, singing Scarborough Fair. Please welcome Emma Holt. Sparse claps followed. Some kids readied their phones, eager to mock. One prepped a silly sticker for the school's online forum. Emma stepped onto the stage, the lights blinding her view of the crowd. She couldn't see her mother, but knew she was there, third row by the window. That was enough. She took a breath. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Her voice unfurled, soft as a prairie wind, unpolished but achingly honest. Whispers faded. The room stilled, not from boredom, but from a spellbound hush. A music teacher stopped writing. An elderly parent, white-haired with gold-rimmed glasses, removed them to wipe his eyes. Every note Emma sang carried the weight of silent struggles, hungry nights, and unvoiced dreams. No frills, no flair, just a girl pouring her soul into song. As the last note lingered, silence held for 3, then 4 seconds. Then applause broke out, not wild but reverent. The elderly parent stood, then another, until the entire auditorium rose, honoring something pure. Emma stood rooted, hands clutching her dress, eyes glistening but dry. The spotlight framed her, no longer the mock girl, but a young artist claiming her moment. Below, Mary stood slowly, hand on her heart, eyes red but smiling. After the performance, a woman in a white blouse with a name tag approached. You're Emma, right? I'm Laura Peterson, conductor of the City Children's Choir. I was here for my daughter's act, but you made me want to talk. Would you visit our studio for a voice audition? There's a scholarship program. Emma, speechless, looked to Mary, who nodded, eyes shining. Go, sweetheart. This is the voice the world needs. That Saturday, Emma entered a professional recording studio, its foam-paneled walls and soft lights feeling like another world. Laura Peterson, who'd driven Emma and Mary from the bus stop, was a sharp-eyed woman in her 50s. Think of this as an adventure, she said. Just sing like you did before. Emma nodded, gripping her lyric notebook like a talisman, dressed in a plain blouse and jeans. Sam's, the engineer with salt and pepper stubble, adjusted the mic, skeptical. This kid, he asked Laura. Trust me, Sam. Let her sing. In the booth, Laura placed a hand on Emma's shoulder. Scarborough Fair or anything you want. Emma glanced at her mother's encouraging smile through the glass. I'll sing Mom's song. No music. Her voice rose in the soundproof space, each note weaving through the sterile room like a living thread. When she finished, silence hung. Sam leaned into the mic. No formal training? No, sir. Yet you hit tempo, control your breath, and emote naturally. Kid, your voice isn't loud or perfect. It's real. Laura took Emma's hand. Scarborough's a folk song, centuries old. Mom calls it a lullaby for dreamers, Emma said. Laura smiled. Maybe that's why it moves people. That afternoon, Laura sent Emma's recording to the Emerson School of Music's admissions board, where she was an advisor for a rural talent scholarship. Only 2 students were chosen annually. Don't try to outshine anyone, Laura told Emma. Just be you. 3 weeks later, a blue envelope with the school's logo arrived at their temporary address. Mary opened it, hands trembling. Dear Emma Holt, we are deeply impressed by your recording. With unanimous approval, We invite you to Emerson's Summer Scholarship Program in Austin this June, fully covering tuition, travel, and lodging. Mary wept. Emma stared, then whispered, "Mom, I got in." For the first time, she felt she'd left the back row behind. June in Austin glowed golden, ancient oaks shading the roads. Emerson Conservatory sat atop a hill, its red brick building adorned with frosted glass. For many students, it was a prestigious camp. For Emma, it was a daunting, fragile dream. She arrived with a battered suitcase, moving cautiously among peers in designer outfits, many with years of coaching or major stage experience. Emma, from a Leach trailer park, had no music theory knowledge, only her worn lyric notebook. At orientation, Laura spoke. "We don't chase perfection here. We seek souls that tell stories through song. The simplest voices often linger longest." But Emma soon saw the gap. In vocal anatomy class, terms like diaphragm and vocal folds baffled her. A classmate asked, "Soprano or mezzo?" "I don't know," Emma admitted. "No training." Uneasy, she smiled. "I sing with my mom." Whispers followed. Abigail, a Boston Arts Academy student, muttered, "Wrong pick this year." Harmony class was tough. Emma couldn't read music quickly. In technique, she trailed. Once, nerves erased her lyrics entirely, and old taunts from Winslow echoed. One night, on the dorm porch, Emma confessed to Laura, "I don't belong. I'm not like them. I'm from nowhere." Laura set down mint tea. "I was a country girl, too. Laughed at for my accent, my ignorance of theory. But a professor said, technique is learnable. Emotion isn't. You have what others forget, a reason to sing." Emma fell silent, her perspective shifting. For the final performance, students chose solos. Abigail picked a complex Italian aria, another a Broadway hit. Emma chose "You Are My Sunshine," her mom's song from rainy walks home with bakery leftovers. At rehearsal, her simple voice, unaccompanied, raw, stilled the room. Abigail stopped writing. An instructor sighed, lost in memory. The final line, "You make me happy," hit like a quiet truth, reminding everyone why music mattered. At Willow Hall Auditorium, 500 seats filled with parents, scouts, and journalists, Emma stood backstage in a blue gown sewn from old blouses, her mother's sun pendant around her neck. Mary, in the fourth row, clutched a handkerchief with Emma's name, her eyes locked on the stage. The program dazzled with classical and Broadway acts, met with polite claps. Then the MC announced, from Leach, Texas, Emma Holt, singing "You Are My Sunshine." Murmurs rippled, expectations low for a folk tune. Emma's legs shook, but under the blinding lights, she heard only her heartbeat and her mother's rainy day voice. "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine." Each note was a story of blackouts, shared bread, and love through hardship. The room hushed, a parent clutched their heart, Laura's eyes shone. As Emma sang, "Please don't take my sunshine away," Mary stood, hands over her heart, claiming her daughter's moment. Seconds later, applause roared, tears fell, and Abigail whispered, "I was wrong." Emma bowed, steady, seen not for perfection but for truth. Next morning, at a diner, Laura handed Emma an envelope. "The board met last night. They're offering you full admission to the year-round program this fall." Mary wept. Emma asked, "Can Mom come?" Laura smiled. "If she's why you sing like that, the school would be honored." Years later, in a TV interview, a famed Emma Holt was asked, "What changed your life?" She replied, "When my mother stood in the crowd, when no one else knew me. That was enough." Emma's story, from back row obscurity to a voice that silenced hearts, ends here. If it moved you, share your thoughts below, and like and subscribe to keep these stories alive. See you on the next journey.